All right, welcome back to the Artist Connection podcast. This is Matt Kasar here with today's very special guest, Mr. Luke Wade. Welcome, sir.
Hello, it's great to be here.
Thank you. Yeah, it's a pleasure to have you here. A lot is going on in your life. A lot has been going on since The Voice, and I want to hear all about it.
It's been a wild ride.
I guess it has. I'm sure it has. Well, we just listened to your duet, your brand new duet with Mia Z. "Ain't No Mountain High Enough," that classic Ashford and Simpson song. It's a favorite of mine, and you certainly did it justice.
It was a whole lot of fun to record and to just go through the whole process of making it and meeting Mia Z and releasing it for a good cause.
Yeah, let's talk about that cause. So, Frogs for the Cure, benefiting Susan G. Komen. Am I saying that correctly, Komen?
Yeah. Frogs for the Cure is associated with Texas Christian University, and more specifically, Texas Christian University athletics. So they were if you're a sports fan, you'll see that there are pink out games where all the players wear, pink ribbons, and folks in the stands will wear pink jerseys and whatnot. And that all started in Texas Christian University.
Oh, I didn't know that.
They're the first ones to do that. They pick a song and they create an associated video to raise awareness. And so we went a step further this year and, got permission from the folks who own the rights to Ain't No Mountain High Enough and put the single up for sale with all the proceeds benefiting Komen National, which they do amazing work in the fields of research for breast cancer, and they also support the folks who are fighting the disease and connect the people who are grappling with having the disease and having had the disease. So
people
do a lot of great things.
Yeah.
They're not just for research, which they do a great job with that. They also connect people through their runs and races.
Now, how did you become involved with them?
Well, I do a lot of work with children's hospitals, notably Coop Children's here in Fort Worth. And I was invited to an event called Healthcare Heroes because of my work there, and I met the woman, Ann Loudon, who chairs Frogs for the Cure. So we started talking about the video, and one thing led to another, and it ended up happening and being a great thing, I think.
Yeah, very nice. So you did a wonderful job with it. How was Mia Z? How was she to work with, and how did you get along with her?
Oh, she's an anomaly. Incredibly talented, very, very easy to work with, very professional. I was very surprised. The first time we met, we recorded the song and did the music video on the same day. So it
right
was
out
a long
of the gate.
day.
So you met
right out of the gate. We met in the studio and then did the song and the video all within about 8 hours.
Ah.
She never complained. She killed it.
Nice. Well, let's talk about The Voice a little bit. I mean, my family and I watched The Voice. We're big fans of yours. So season 7 of that show is where you kind of came into the national and international consciousness, and you did a great job on that show too.
Yeah, well, it was very interesting and exciting and fun and a roller coaster, just being thrust in the spotlight like that, and then learning how to maintain it and to turn it into something that isn't just a flash of lightning. Something that's ongoing.
Well, that's the trick, isn't it? Not only getting people's attention, and when you have that kind of platform, the getting of the attention is sort of built in. I mean, you have to have your chops, you have to be good, but then even if you're good, how do you then keep that audience engaged from here on?
Yeah, I mean, it's such a huge platform, you're never going to have that kind of engagement. But just being in front of 15 million people doesn't compare with really connecting with less than that, in my estimation.
Now, when you went into this, what were your expectations? Do you get up in your head about it, or do you just kind of go along with the process, you try out for it, and then before you know it, there you are, and you're doing it?
My expectations were more on the subconscious level. I was like, just be cool, just do your best, work really hard, things will be good. But the interesting thing about that is that I guess that whenever you're being that way, like your expectations have to do not so much with what you think is going to happen, but with your you generally in your brain, to prepare for the worst, you have your worst case scenario.
Mm-hmm.
And so whenever it's really rocks your world is whenever things don't exceed your worst case scenario. That's kind of the tough thing. You think maybe you've got a year, before fans start dropping off and people don't really remember, but you have about 3 months. That's what you
Is
have.
that quick?
Yeah, you have about 3 months, and you think, I'll have a few hundred people at my shows at least for a while, and I'll make this many fans. But by May and June, there were a lot of shows where there was like 6 people.
Mm.
So, and that's the thing. It was like my worst case scenario was not nearly what the reality was. So that was really difficult to grapple with.
Yeah, I bet. The audience, just in general, if you think of the music buying public or fans and what it takes to keep fans on a good day, much less to be on a show like that and be in front of that many people instantly who instantly know you, and then your season's over or whatever, and then a new season begins, and then those viewers are picking up on the new crop of people, not just on The Voice, but any of these kind of shows like American Idol or whatever. They're just picking up on what they see in front of them now, but then how do you keep them?
Yeah, they meet lots of different amazing people.
Yeah.
Viral videos, The Voice, whatever other show, they're getting bombarded.
I talk to a lot of musicians, and just in general, if you look through Facebook, that when these shows are in full swing throughout their season, and I don't just mean The Voice, but I think probably American Idol gets it a little bit worse than The Voice does in terms of criticism, where musicians who are out there doing it every day see the instant fame, see what some people get, and then they get hypercritical about, sometimes personally, about the people themselves. Did you have any kind of backlash with that, or did you feel any of that from being on the show?
I really didn't.
Yeah, good.
I think that the Voice is so good about sharing people's stories that I think it's a very case by case thing.
Yeah, what I like about The Voice, what I appreciate most about The Voice is it seems like the people that come through there and that are on the show really deserve to be there. It's not, sometimes with American Idol there's a little bit of a tongue-in-cheek kind of, we'll put him or her up there, but wink wink, they're not going to get far or they're not going to do much, but we'll keep it going because that's what keeps it interesting and that's what builds the drama. Whereas The Voice feels like it's literally about the talent of the people that are in there, and then what happens, of course. It's up to you to make your destiny, but at least it's built on it seems like a little more solid foundation.
Yeah, it's definitely more skill and merit.
Yeah.
Which does not a star necessarily make, which has kind of been...
Well, I just wanted to talk about your story because I read in your bio some of the things that you've lived with in your life, and that's just so impressive to me how, you would think, 3 things are called out that are obviously big ones, and you think, wow, any one of those at an early age might be enough to make somebody want to just give up or just kind of get by or do whatever they have to do, but just think, wow, I wonder what's going to happen next. But, yours is a tale of being a survivor, and not only being a survivor, but making those dreams come true. It sounds cliche, but going out there and doing what you have to do. So I want to know where that comes from. I read about the spinal meningitis, the paintball accident, heat stroke. As a father, I have an 11-year-old son and a 16-year-old daughter. Those are the exact things that I worry about. And when they're out there doing things, and just how easily a person can get hurt, especially a young person can get hurt, and then what that will do to their future. But obviously you took some of these knocks and you kept moving.
Well, it's just about, knowing that you have something in you that needs to be seen,
yeah,
or recognized, and just, and having incredible supportive parents, that's huge. I've never been, and I think it's because of my parents, I've never been afraid to fail my way forward.
Yeah.
Yeah. I kind of figured that out early, that things can't be the way you want them unless, you hit a few bumps, hit a few walls, find out that they're there.
And then maybe recognize them in the future, too, to maybe avoid it if you have to.
Yeah, that would be ideal, I think. Yeah, you learn, and the most important lessons in life, as far as I know, are the ones that no one can tell you, that you have to figure out for yourself.
Yeah, true.